Better known for his exploits on the wing, Terblanche is back in his homeland after a stretch in Wales, and he's a ready-made replacement for Percy Montgomery. A change on the wing tonight too. Waylon Murray in for J.P. Peterson. And the reserve bench, and there's plenty of experience there too with the likes of AJ Fenter. So the Sharks have gone to our left. As Willie said, not much breeze to speak of really. Just before the Highlanders come out, a chance to welcome our international audience tonight, particularly those of you watching through Supersport, Mnet in South Africa, Fox Sport in Australia, B Sky B in the UK. Also our audiences North and South America, Asia, Sky Sport and the Rugby Channel here in New Zealand, and our friends in the Chathams as well watching this game. So here come the Highlanders. Big night for them as they take off for South Africa tomorrow. Well, Coach Glenn Moore has made changes this week despite getting his first win last Friday. Adam Thompson has been most impressive off the bench this season, but he gets his big chance in the starting lineup tonight. Wayne McDonald has recovered from an injury incurred last week, moves to lock, while in the front row Chris King takes over from Jamie McIntosh. And a surprise at halfback with Toby Moreland replacing Jimmy Cowan. Moreland has the ability to snipe around the fringes, and his inclusion might be a clue as to how the Highlanders plan to play this game. In the midfield, Neva Tauaso returns after injury and joins forces with Aaron Bancroft after Johnny Leota was ruled out through illness just in the last hour or so. And the reserve bench, which does include Jimmy Cowan.
How long we got, Stewie?
Tonight's referee, a new face, Ian Smith from Australia is tonight's referee. The experienced Stu Dickinson and Josh Noonan, the assistant referees tonight. And Shane McDermott is the television match official. Right, we're set to go here at Carisbrook. Week 9 of Super 14. And we're underway with the kickoff made by James Wilson. Sharks against the Highlanders. And Odwa Ndungani takes it in for the Sharks. On a lovely night in perfect conditions, really.
No.
Referee's got the arm out already, and a free kick going the way of the Sharks.
The tackle, please.
As the Highlanders flopped over the ball, and a free kick.
Right there.
Well, Grant, I think the Highlanders camp would have been a very happy one this week, having chalked up their first win here at the Brook last Friday night. And to be honest, that win put a smile on all of New Zealand.
Is Williams claiming the first high kick made by Pina. Right in the middle of halfway here. And waiting for it. And it's a free kick each.
Steady. Play.
So Moreland quickly to Vainikolo. Tauaso. Now Moreland, Thompson. Good to see him getting a start tonight as Toby Moreland gets it across to James Wilson. Now Bancroft, who was effective off the bench last week, got the try that really sealed it. Now Chris King. Jamie McIntosh being rested this week, so Chris King wearing number 1. That pass goes astray, but into the arms of Tim Boyes. And the Southlander trying to wrench it away down over the 10-metre line.
Leave it 5 blue.
And all good turnover here by the Sharks. So Pina digs it out. Fired away by Stain. Now Waylon Murray, and Kenkowski can't hang on to it. Stain, intercept, Moreland. Moreland for the corner. Can he make it? Tried to get the pass back. The flag is up. Well, well, well. Toby Moreland, the little legs pumping, but he got run down in the end.
No.
Well, he just got hold of a loose pass down the sideline.
That's the middle.
Yeah, it's just a straight foot race. I'm just going to see who... Oh, it was Ruan Pina. Outstanding from the big halfback. Try-saving tackle.
Early advantage here with the Highlanders. 2.5 minutes gone. Try-saving tackle by Ruan Pina. Now a line-out throw from Duplessis. Kenkowski brings it down.
Don't take the man till it
And
touches the
they
ground.
went at him a little
Hands in
bit
the
too
air.
early. And that is a
Penalty 15.
penalisable offence.
Must come to ground.
Well, a big pressure on referee Ian Smith from Australia. This Super 14 game in the middle of the park.
Let him come down.
Kowski took that.
Blue one, step across. Step across. Everyone across.
First throw from Duplessis was a good one.
Down the middle.
Captain Johan Muller. Once again, not challenging the Highlanders. Muller had an easy take. Pienaar just out from his own 22. Duplessis, the hooker, making ground 10 metres outside, and the ball has been stolen away.
Hands off, Black.
And Moreland gets in there. Now we're going to work the blind side. Bit of space here too. The chasers are coming. And Ndungani goes back.
Hands off the halfback.
Sharks having to retreat quickly. Not sure anyone set up for a kick here. Yes, it is Pienaar who's dropped right back.
Waiting for.
And the kick is in touch. Wilson thinks about a quick throw, but decides against it. So they'll go to the line out.
Yeah, they scrambled at that very well. There's the little grubber kick from Moreland.
Wait till they're all here, thanks.
Ndungani gathers, he gets swamped, but there's 2 or 3 Sharks players there quickly to seal the ball. It's very slow, but under control, and they just get out of just a little bit of breathing space. They're very clinical, Grant. Whatever they do, the Sharks, they don't make very many mistakes. They're very accurate with their decision making. That's why they're a hard side to beat.
Oh, not a good first up throw from Jason McDonald. It's fallen on the Shark side for Kinkowski.
Through the middle. He's on the ball.
Highlanders making it pretty difficult here. There's the swirling maul.
6. Stay.
Now Pienaar stretches in. Michalak trying to drop it in behind the Highlanders backline. Nicely weighted kick. Going back and doing a great job is Matt Saunders.
Quiet.
And the Highlanders getting back behind the ball again as Wilson fires it off to Vainikolo. Sharks will be well aware of the danger this man presents. Coming again for Moreland. Wilson stabbing it in and over the head of Ndungani. And to the line out they go.
And a good tactic as well. Grant mentioned earlier the dew on the ground, and Stu, that's what they're doing. The kick by Toby Moreland earlier on from that turnover actually meant that Ndungani had to go down on the ground. But a good tactic because there's plenty of space, and I think that's the right way to try and get in behind the defensive line.
Willie, what about that kick from Freddie Michalak? Just the left foot, just wafted it in behind. Got some very classy players out here. You know, if you look at the Sharks, test caps, guys that have played for South Africa, there's about 14 of them out there, rattling up about 270, 280 test caps. And between Craig Newby and Jimmy Cowan, 13 test caps in the Highlanders caps. So the Sharks have got a huge amount of experience. So as I said just before, when they do make a decision, because they've got guys there that have been at the very highest level, they don't make very mistakes. They're very stingy on their defence and averaging just 1 try. They're conceding 1 try a game. I think total in 7 games, 7 tries. So the Highlanders are going to have to probe and have to be creative and adventurous and trying to find holes in the Sharks' defence to score tries, because, boy, these Sharks know how to defend their line. They are the best in the business.
Yes, they are. They don't score many either, to be honest, do they? They've only scored 14 tries themselves.
It's pretty lean, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, but I tell you what, they're unbeaten.
All right, Black, come to the line out.
They're travelling pretty well, these guys.
Yes, they are. Craig Newby being attended to. It looks like a hand problem,
This is the middle.
but back in action. Had a long period on the bank, Craig Newby,
Thank you, Blue.
but back now with the captaincy role for this Highlanders team. Bismarck Duplessis throws, and this time it's a good take as it's stolen by Oani McDonald,
Don't join.
who left the field here last week. Looked as though it was quite a serious problem,
Not going
but
forward.
good to see him back in action tonight. And the Highlanders
There you go.
pretty well organised in this Moore.
Off his head. Leave his head.
Trapped by Chris King. Now Moreland gets it. Wilson across to Bancroft. And looking to create some space out wide. So at least it's Williams. Back on the inside to Saunders. There's players there. Getting up and going is Vainikolo. And he's got it down. Fetu Vainikolo. The opening try of the match for the Highlanders.
Well, there I was, explaining how it's so hard to score against the Sharks because they've got very good defensive lines, and the Highlanders ripped them open. It was from the steal, quick hands, and it was Paul Williams who made the initial probe. He just got himself in between those defenders, freed his hands up, found men, got tackled, got up, had strength because he's a very strong boy in the upper body, and first points to the Highlanders, absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, that's his 5th try as well, Stu, but Paul Williams did magnificently, didn't he, running on that angle. And I like the way that Vainikolo fought his way to actually get to the line. That's number 5 for him this year. He's a scoring machine. And Nisbet, it looked like it was being done at really second gear before it got to Williams, who gave the injection of pace.
Yes, he did. He's had a very good season, Paul Williams, and he looks really far more comfortable at fullback than he does on the wing.
Yeah, well, I thought that he was their best player out here last week when they played the Johannesburg boys. I counted 1 error in 80 minutes of rugby, so that's pretty good for a guy that's been off the season off the scene for a number of years.
James Wilson looking to add the extra 2. This looks pretty handy, and it is 2. So a converted try for the Highlanders. That's got the fans on the back pretty happy. 8 minutes gone first half.
Oh, it's a great start. Now just watch Paul Williams here. He just gets in between those 2 defenders, frees the arm. Brilliant. Matty Saunders took it on. Vainikolo comes in, and he's just hunting. Oh, that's not bad.
Try number 5 for Vainikolo for the season. So he's equal top now with John Rowe of the Reds.
Far side.
Foreign territory here for the Sharks inside the 22 of the Highlanders. Jason McDonald waiting to do something with it. Hands it off to Thompson. Just trying to work their way out from the 22. Create a bit of space here for James Wilson.
Inside.
Or even Toby Moreland himself. Oh, he's lost it. It went back. Now they've got to start all over again.
Ball's off the ground. Waiting. 7. Stay there.
There's Wilson. He's been waiting patiently and finally gets his kick away.
It's a good nudge too. He'd be pretty happy with his game last week in the number 10 jersey. Played well enough for Glenn Moore to run him out again in this one. But you certainly know your body is going to take some bruises when you meet 2 South African sides in a row. And with a few more coming up.
Yes, exactly. They leave tomorrow morning. Duplessis throws deep. Oh, not a great throw. Looked to be down the wrong side anyway. And the Highlanders go to cash in here. Moreland punching it down inside Sharks territory. Ter Blanchwaite. He looked a bit shaky, but he got there in the end. And Moreland has done very well indeed.
Yeah, that's smart football.
And the kick deemed to be out on the full. Moreland took it. He had a foot in touch.
In the middle. Open up.
Well, it's another one they've stolen. Look at that. He just did the splits, ran his foot out over the touch, back to where the kick was. Oh, those halfbacks. They're cheeky and smart, aren't they?
He's had a good start, hasn't he? Toby Moreland.
Off black.
Taken down by Tom Donnelly. And into touch. So the Highlanders didn't really make much of that. And they've conceded the throw into the line out as well. 11 minutes gone, first half, 7-0. Not a great throw by McDonald again, just a bit short of the mark. So both hookers struggling a wee bit. This time it's an easy take because the Highlanders didn't bother.
Back. Go around.
Why wouldn't they bother?
Back 6. Around.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Pienaar.
Wing is okay. Advantage.
And he's got offside here against Waylon Murray. I don't want to say Waylon Jennings, Waylon Murray.
Oh, Murray, you know, that's just a basic error. You know, these guys should know the laws. So he's a good couple of metres, isn't he? He got out of the blocks pretty quick. Obviously, the assistant referee gave the wheeze to Mr. Ian Smith.
Scrum was where it was
He
kicked.
plays cricket like our boy does.
Penalties where the touch judge is standing just
Well, he knows he's under pressure, Stu, and prior to the game, I said to him, good luck, and I also questioned as to how many times he warns the team before he actually goes to the pocket. His piece of advice to you, Stu, because he'd heard that you had a yarn about it, was that he'll play it by its merit, and it's a very difficult law to try and say you'll only warn a team 3 times before you give out a card. So he's going to do his best for you tonight.
Will you go and have a cup of tea with him at half-time like you did with Stuart Dickinson last week, mate?
Don't know if I'm invited back into the refs room after last week.
That's right, Willie. You went to Wellington. So difficult kick here for James Wilson. The angle. In fact, Willie, you could just about describe this for us.
Well, he's looking straight down without the breeze too, Nisbo, so really he just has to aim towards the right upright. 42 metres out.
Starting it way to the right, and it didn't do much. So no goal there from James Wilson. He's already converted the try scored by Vainikolo early on. 7 points to 0 after 13 minutes in the first half.
Play on.
Quickly taken
Away now.
by the Sharks. It was Barrett who took it.
Back.
Now Pienaar works it back to Michalak.
Pass back.
Moreland is hanging back, waiting for a decent bounce. Dear me. Now he's got it.
Played back.
Again, he can't kick it out on the full.
14, stop. Play on.
Stefan Ted Blanche. Plenty of time to get his kick away. And this one will safely be into touch right about the halfway line. Well, the Highlanders calling the shots here. Most people, I think, felt that the Sharks, with their unbeaten record,
You're on the line
were
there.
on here and full of confidence, Stu. And
Yeah, well, I was pleasing to hear Johan Muller say that they wanted to be a little bit more adventurous, particularly on this track. It's a beautiful night, a little bit of dew, but, you know, you can't get better conditions than this. There's no wind, no rain.
again, a poor throw, and this time the Sharks come up with the advantage of it as Pienaar makes a nice dab. Now the pass goes off to Stephen Sykes.
Don't join there.
Pienaar back in position. Barrett has a bit of a dab. Pienaar again working blindside with Steyn. Francois Steyn. He's got it up off the ground.
8, leave the ball.
Some good support as one or two shoulders to the wheel there. Now Bismarck Duplessis. Back now for Pienaar. Across to Ter Blanche. Michalak in a bit of space. Kenkowski taken down and a good tackle by Adam Thompson.
6 hands off.
Still outside the 22. But giving the Highlanders defence a bit of a workout now. Ter Blanche put on his back. But he's laid the ball back nicely.
Roll 2.
Highlanders defence holding up well. They fancy their chances here a bit, the Highlanders, but no, it's still on the Shark side.
No, 4. Incorrect joining.
Now the Beast. Oh, that's a big, powerful drive by the loose head prop. And that's really got them moving forward. Although,
Don't join 7.
having said that, I think
Take another
the
step
Highlanders
there.
might have won this.
Yeah, they've stolen it.
Moreland's got the opportunity to clear it away, standing inside his 22. And so all the hard work comes to nothing. The Sharks created their best chance of the match, but then they turned it over.
Yes, they probed. They went 2 or 3 phases. Defensive line of the Highlanders held. There was some pretty good solid tests, but look at that for a run from Mtararira.
And what about Craig Newby in there on his feet too, Stu? He was the one that actually ripped the ball away from Beast to get the turnover.
Sharks again with Michalak. Now Barrett. Here's Murray joining from the far wing to Ndungani, but they were running across field, and he smashed into Paul Williams and went nowhere. Now Stain trying to give the ball some air here. Kenkowski ranging wide. He's a good runner with the ball. He's found himself a gap here too. Trying to run him down as Tom Donnelly in a good tackle. The damage though has been done as Barrett takes it inside the 22. The Sharks now starting to find their feet in the game. It's taken a while as Stain whips it across to Michalak. Ball laid back. Oh, he left it behind. I think it's been stolen by McDonald, but the referee's got an advantage. But I'm not sure about that. The ball was left there by the Sharks, and he's called him offside. Well,
offside.
He certainly didn't come in from the side door.
Thank you.
It looked like a backdoor entry. However, that was the tackle from Paul Williams. It wasn't a good pass to Ndungani. He had to reach, but look at this man here. He would have to be one of the form forwards in the competition at the moment. Ryan Kenkowski, you know, just unbelievable. What did he do wrong there?
Oh, I don't think he did much wrong, to be honest.
Never mind.
Ball was left unprotected by the Sharks, and McDonald seized the opportunity, but this is the result. Pienaar, and through it goes. So the Sharks have their first points after 18 minutes. It is the Highlanders ahead by 7-3.
And isn't it funny, Stu, that as we enter the first quarter of the game over, that the two guys that aren't used to getting a start for the Highlanders, that is Toby Moreland and also Adam Thompson, a lot of work in the opening 20 minutes. They're enthusiastic and they're keen to make their presence felt. Wilson gets it up nice and high. Bortis charges across and grabs it and loses it. And, well, I thought he had it for a moment.
Jacques Bortis.
He had a heck of a lot of ground to make to take that.
Scrum blue.
Well, we've come to the first scrum of the match.
Is middle.
Well, the Sharks look as if they're feeling the effect of all that bungee jumping they did up in jet boat riding up in Queenstown.
On my left half. Crouch.
So 18 minutes before we got the first, well, 19 minutes actually, before we got the first scrum of the game. Off the back, away goes Moreland. Vainakolo, time here. Just about got on the outside of Stain. Now here's Newby driving. Another crack at the line, try.
Big fella.
Clint Newland.
The big prime beast from the Hawke's Bay, you beauty. Again, it's Vainakolo who just keeps on asking questions of the defence. You know, you've got to try and close this guy down. So he gets this. He's through. He goes round Stain. He gets scrambled. That makes the ball available, which is good. Toby Moreland in there hunting. First it's Newby, goes to the line, and watch the big fella. Number 3, there he is. Beautiful body position, and the whale goes over.
Well,
he doesn't get many, does he, Willie? But this is a pretty good try, this one. Well,
130 Ks is pretty hard to stop 2 metres out with that body position. A wonderful set piece as well. And really, he deserves it, Lisbo. He was the one that anchored the scrum that gave him the set piece for Newby to actually go right. Vainakolo and poor old Francois Stain must have thought he was at a game park and one of those rhinos had been let loose.
Well, he almost got completely on the outside of Stain. That's what set it up. And that's the second time the Sharks have been outflanked. Wilson. Yes, he's done it again.
Well, there'll be a few worried people watching in and around the Durban area. The Sharks only allowing 1 try a game in 7, and they've just leaked 2 through some very, very good play. That's the fella, the Wellsford boy. Probes, finds gaps. Ball's released pretty quickly. Newby, Captain Newby. And watch number 3, Clint Newland.
So from the kickoff, the Highlanders bring it back. 2-0 so far. The Sharks' defence, which has been one of the talking points of the competition, breached twice in the first 20 minutes. A little kick through. Thompson chasing after it. And they're all there. Bancroft kicks it on. Now the race is on. Blanche goes down on it, looking for the touchline and finding it. And pretty happy to do so as well. And boy, the Sharks are under pressure.
There was an excellent probing kick from the Highlanders. Just popped it over the first line of defence. Look at that, Toby Moreland again. Just the wee chip over the top. Ugly bounce. Then she's a foot race. You know, it's just a scramble. And from one length of the field with a lovely little delicate kick from the number 9 for Highlanders, Toby Moreland, the Highlanders are back in the attacking zone.
Now Jason McDonald, important line-out throw here. And he does get it too. Thompson away now, Newby. Now McDonald's. They're just over 5 metres away as Moreland hands it off to Wilson. Bancroft, and he lost it.
I tell you what, they were up quick on defence. You know, I wish these assistant referees would look at that offside line.
Well, they've got a flash new name. You wish sometimes they do a flash new job.
And I tell you, that was a flash set move from the line-out, put on display by the Highlanders forwards.
And Nisbo, what a difference a week makes. A victory last week for this team. They've come out, they're confident. And geez, the longer that the Sharks continue to leave the Highlanders in this game, it's going to be a very long second half for the visitors.
Yes, 23 minutes gone, first half. First put in for the Sharks. Their scrum stands up nicely too. Kenkowski for Michalak, looking to run it out from their own line, doing a pretty good job too. And Ndungani gets a bit of space. Vainikolo, though, chases him down. Pienaar quickly across to Stain, who's playing quite close to the rucks and the walls for a number 13. As it's heaved away by Pienaar. Now Pienaar again, looking to probe. Closed down pretty quickly, though. Ball is there. Thompson got through and grabbed it. And perfectly legally, too. Just stretched over. Again, the ball unprotected. Now Moreland. Wilson across to Bancroft. Looking to open up for Vainikolo. Here he goes again. Drops it onto the boot this time. Actually needed a left boot rather than a right boot. And it's kicked dead for a 22 dropout. Just needed to be able to hook it back in field.
Yep. Now, from Ryan Pienaar got tackled. Now, Thompson comes in over the top. Now, if the ball out, referee Ian Smith said it was okay. Poor option there by Vainikolo. Probably better to have come off that left foot, use his strength, cut in field, set something up, go looking for your support players. Brilliant start, Willie, by the Highlanders.
Yeah, well, as I mentioned just a little while ago, Stu, the confidence of the team at the moment is unbelievable.
Long kick by Stain to get us going again. Claimed by Wilson.
That's the kick.
That is a good kick. They'll arrive at the right time, but Stefan Blanche was equal to the task. Plenty of experience. And now Barrett looking for support on the inside, gets it from Michalak. And the Frenchman sends it wide to Ndungani. Sharks trying desperately to get back into this game. Pushed ahead by Blanche. Whipped away by Moreland. Off it goes to Newby. Got away from Blanche's tackle and sets them going on the... And Thompson showing his pace. Just went a wee bit too far perhaps. And the ball towed away downfield. Newby gets back after it. Having a strong game.
5 hands off.
Ton of movement in this game. Kick made by Wilson. Blanche, who's been in plenty of play. Now he's looking for some support, but he runs away from it all. He gets hammered by Donnelly. Now Michalak. Oh, he's got through. Now Michalak. Throw pass goes to Williams. Could go the other way now. Bancroft. Ball is on the Highlanders side.
You're off your feet.
Plenty happening in this match after 26 minutes. Now Moreland away to Wilson. Wilson looking to get through. Good defence this time by the Sharks. Ball there for Newland playing halfback. Moreland. Murray gets back. Can't take it. Now this will be carried back. He'll have to somehow work this one out. To Blanche in good support though. And a good kick, a very good kick.
Oh, that's Mr. Cool. Very, very calm down in the back door. Good player. Took his time.
Sucking in the oxygen here, Stu.
They'll be rolling out the oxygen tents and heart and lung machine shortly. There's a bit of action, a bit of movement, and that was just a bit of a scramble. But watch this. Waylon Murray, draw and pass, and Stefan Terblanche, look at that, just kick that ball further and I go on holidays. They booted a mile, don't they?
And this is the right tactic as we see an injury concern at the moment, Nisbo, but the Sharks, with the forward pack that they have got and all of the experience, I thought they would have tried to play it close with just Michalak setting targets and just rolling on from there, using their momentum. They're throwing it around, that it really is suiting the Highlanders. As we know, a lot of Sevens experienced players, and hasn't Adam Thompson and Craig Newby been dynamic in the opening 30 minutes?
Yes, they have indeed. Aidan Triggs on the sideline. Highlanders losing Johnny Lioto just in the last couple of hours. He's had a virus most of the week. Was hoping to play tonight, but had to pull out, and Aaron Bancroft into the side.
Just wait till I start time. Blue, you're on the line. That's the middle. Move them.
27 minutes gone. First half, 2 tries to 0. The Highlanders lead.
Thank you. Time's
Defying their position on the table at the moment. 12th starting this round. Now Jason McDonald looking for Hawani McDonald. Again, the throw is just a bit short. Lobbed out to, now it gets as far as Stain. To work his way through, and always a hard man to put away. Great run here by Francois Stain. Gets support from Bortis. Now can he link up? 15 metres away, and the Sharks looking to work it across to this near side. Still in play with Terblanche. The referee playing an advantage. It's an offside one, so it'll be a penalty. And the Highlanders won't be too concerned, I don't think, if it's just a three-pointer, because after that magnificent run by Stain, they looked like they would concede 7.
He was under pressure. He got a static ball and just worked his talent, his magic. Now that's the error, the first error. Another steal to the Sharks line out. Now watch this. He was standing still, then he just finds space. He's strong, he uses his balance, he goes left and right, looks for support, finds it. Great player.
Tim Boys missed him, but he made up for his mistake by getting back. And this is where the infringement was, and there's both players in front. I know there's been a lot of talk about the referees, but for me, in the opening 29 minutes, I think that Ian Smith's having a good game.
Outstanding, hasn't he? And a good thing, Willie, he's nice and calm. There's no rabbits in the traffic lights, is it?
So Pienaar here, another kick from a handy position. Comfortably done too by Ruan Pienaar, so a second penalty goal, and the Highlanders lead now is 14 points to 6, nearly half an hour gone.
Well, the starting 15 that Glenn Moore's thrown out by taking Toby Moreland, giving him the number 9 jersey, giving the number 6 jersey to Adam Thompson, Chris King in the number 1 jersey. All those 3 guys, outstanding performances so far.
Kick-off waiting for this one is Pienaar. All bouncing loose to Michalak. Fires it wide. Now Waylon Murray works it back on the inside to Terblanche. Stain gets it, but gets Bancroft at the same time. Pienaar, short pass from Michalak to BJ Borta. Made by Pienaar, fielded easily by the Highlanders, and here they come from the back once again. Moving it quickly to Vainikolo, looking to give him as much space as possible. He's the man who can create the opportunities.
That's how strong he was in that tackle. He can stand and just deliver. He's very strong at upper body.
Ball is there for Toby Moreland. Wilson. Oh, that's forward. That's a long way forward too.
Pass forward. Scrum. Black.
Well, there's the white line. Well, he's just pushed that. You know, really, James Wilson just should have looked and said, no, that's a bad option. That guy's going to get this pass very flat and front, a little bit over. I should have pushed that back behind to someone behind him who was in a deeper position.
Locks down. Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Been up. Now Kankowski. Blanche, good work again. Michalak. Halfway line. Quick pass. Back inside to the Beast. Not easier to say than his real name. Last year you did give it a go. Well done. Yeah. And Garney, what a good tackle by Bancroft. Just dumped him. And plenty of Highlanders there. Oh dear. Look at the blue jerseys. They were entitled to a crack at that one. And what's the ref doing here?
You're just going to take it behind the mark. You know, most of the guys with quick taps tend to take it to the side.
Well, just count the jerseys here and see whether you think that the referee got this right.
The tackle's been made. Who's on it on their feet? The key thing is the referees have got to really be hard on anyone that is not on their feet.
Yeah, the hardest thing about it though, Stu, is that there's 6 Highlanders players. There's no defence to hold them up. So naturally they're going to go over the ball. Boys is on his feet. The cavalry arrives. Oh, that's harsh.
Crouch.
It's the ongoing issue, isn't it?
Crouch.
Well, it's the greyest area in the game, and it's been in the game for a long time. The breakdown, the tackle zone, whatever you call it, collision zone. Well, that one went down. We haven't had too many scrums tonight. That'll be the first one that's collapsed.
Scrum's going down.
Only 3, I think, scrums tonight so far.
Gents, we're going to move the scrum 1 metre to my side. New marks here.
Chris King on this near side is a vastly experienced player, having started off at the Crusaders, played a few seasons there. So they certainly don't lose much with Jamie McIntosh having the night off. And Kankowski wants to pick this up.
Use it now.
And he does so and sends it wide to Michalak. Plenty of space out there as there is under the new experimental laws. Murray goes after this and he got it.
Don't join.
Sharks. Michalak under pressure.
Yeah, not a great pass to Michalak.
Waiting.
Now Pienaar. Kankowski to Murray. Fires it back on the inside. Here's Bortis. Slipped under a high one and Bortis goes in. So the Sharks, after a good period on attack, have scored through Jacques Bortis.
Well, the Sharks have had an advantage with the ball. They've gained more possession. Again, it was that wonderful little wee chip kick through from Michalak. And that caused the damage that just got him behind the Highlanders' defence. It's quick hands. Waylon Murray got involved. And for a little guy, he's got some strength and speed. And that was the missed tackle. That's the 8th missed tackle the Highlanders have put on their record. And the first half is not even over yet.
So they've done well. They've fought back from a 14-3 deficit. They've got it up to 14-11. Their first try scored by Jacques Bortis. Starting it to the right and trying to egg it back in, but it doesn't work. So an unconverted try, 14-11. Nicely worked. Highlanders missed a tackle here. Chris King went a bit high and enabled Bortis to keep going.
It's their 15th try in Nisbo, and they're a class side. That's why they're second on the table. Perfect timing, just 5 minutes out from the break.
Wilson with a restart. Easily taken by Johan Muller.
Mull's form now.
Waters, the try scorer, hands it back to Pienaar. Now Michalak gets it, runs into a couple of big forwards. Pienaar. And taken by Craig Newby. And a bit of confusion here by the touch judge. Not quite sure which way. Well, it's certainly Highlanders' ball. I think the argument was where the original kick was from. I think it was all kosher. Oani McDonald's calling to Jason McDonald. And this time they do get it right as Thompson reaches across.
Come back, 7 red. Headgear back.
Moreland punching the kick. Indungani coming forward to wait. Bancroft lining him up.
No advantage. You're offside anyway at the line out 7.
Offside play against the Sharks.
Chasers in front. No advantage. Offside, number 7.
I wonder whether James Wilson might have a shot here.
No, I would probe the sideline, get down into that around that 22 zone. Look at Donnelly and Hawani McDonald to. Oh, that's a beautiful kick. Look at that. And you know, concentrate on this line. Now take your time. We're running at 37 minutes in this half. This could be the last throw of the dice for the first 40. Get the line out accurate. There's been quite a few stolen tonight. The Highlanders have grabbed 2 of the Sharks line-out throws, and of course the Sharks have grabbed 3 of the Highlanders throws. So this has to be accurate,
Let the jumper hit
precise,
the ground. 4.
maybe a little bit of a rumble to the goal line, and then give the backs a lick.
They won't contest either, Stu. Look at the Sharks just watching up.
So here come the Highlanders. Sharks didn't contest. They may pay the price.
Penalty try? Oh no, couldn't do that. There's too many to be given these days.
Number 6. Pull you down. 6
I've seen referees give penalty tries like that.
He wouldn't be brave enough.
No, I think they might have had the wee whisper from the referees' bosses.
6. Pull you down.
But this one definitely is kickable. So it was a good decision Craig Newby made. Now have a look. Well, he might have slipped, but he's trying to get out. But oh, well. It was a good, Willie, that was the way to do it. Go for the line out. Hopefully get a try, maybe a penalty.
Yeah, they worked it superbly, and I was surprised that the Sharks didn't actually contest it. You could see there was confusion, actually, who was marking against who. And Keegan Daniels just coming in through the side, stealing the ball. Maybe a psychological advantage there in this boat to the Highlanders.
Well, James Wilson hasn't been kicking, you know, with regular success. I think he's running about 58%. He did well last weekend against the Lions. And tonight he's had 3 cracks for 2 successes. So this is crucial.
That looks good. Yep. That's a very good kick indeed. Hayden Triggs is pretty happy about it. So 14-11 becomes 17 points to 11. Highlanders lead. Kickoff goes down to Moreland.
Wait, 7. Thank you.
Jankowski waiting with time almost up, and that's not a great kick. But he's going to get it back. Nobody challenged him, and could turn into a great kick. Down to the 22 goes Jankowski. Ball trapped in there, and just going to be a free kick.
Play.
Taken quickly by Keegan Daniel. And Ted Blanche, and Daniel gets it back. Ball has been stolen away. And Newby happy to boot it out. And plenty of relief from the Highlanders as the ball goes into touch. And they take the honours in the first half. 2 tries to 1. The Highlanders lead at Carisbrook by 17 points to 11. And they continue to attack again. It's looking to outflank the Sharks. Vainakolo makes the run this time. Newby has first crack off the ensuing maul, and then big Clint Newland snaps it up and over he goes. Try number 2. Then the Sharks came back. Some nice interplay here, and the ball finished up with Jacques Bortis, ducked under a high one, and he scored the try for the Sharks. 17-11 at half-time. Let's hear from Glenn Moore, Highlanders coach.
Thanks, Nisbo. Yes, Glenn, any concerns in your half-time speech?
I thought we started off well with our defence, but as the half went on, we let them have some easy meters, particularly from their counter-attack with their back threes and probably their number 8 as well. So, we want to focus on pushing up hard and making and completing the tackles.
What seems to be the problem at the line-outs?
Well, I think in some cases we're probably just overthrown a little bit, just trying to compensate for for their having a crack at the line-out. So yeah, just back to the basics.
All right, thanks, Glenn.
Cheers.
Coach of the Highlanders, Glenn Moore, as the players return for this second half. And we'll find out from Willie when he gets an opportunity whether there have been any changes made at the half-time break. Apparently none.
Thank you. Captain.
Referee Smith has
Good
done a good
first
job.
40. Yeah, very impressive.
Right, so checks with everybody, and we're set to go again. Second half at Carisbrook. Sharks against the Highlanders. Blanche kicks off, down to Moreland, and the little halfback who had a lively first spell kicks it down to Ryan Kinkowski. Now Blanche. And this will come down about 10 out from the 22, and after it goes Wilson, and he gets tipped over. And it's a penalty. Can't touch him when he's in the air, and Blanche is the first to acknowledge that.
Yeah, nice touch there. And he's a big boy. He's well over 6 foot, so when he goes in the air for the ball, he's got a way to drop, and he would have felt that.
I can confirm there's been no changes to either side, but Jimmy Gopeth warming up down on the sideline, so I don't think it's going to be too long before his experience may be injected. Jimmy Cowan, my apologies, warming up. And also for the Sharks, Albert Vanderberg doing some stretches.
Thanks, Willie. So an area of concern in the first half. The line out with the first one in the second half is an intercept, and this is going to be a try to Kinkowski. Easy as you like. Well, he's an outstanding player, and that was all about anticipation. And just a lapse in concentration from the Highlanders. It's cost them 5, possibly 7.
Well, Glenn Moore would have been happy with the line out, but he's just come straight through that line out and just gobbled up Toby Moreland's pass.
He couldn't have read it any better, could he, Stu? He was there, and then he started smiling. 45 out. He knew that he had the pace and the angle. One test for the Springboks last year where he scored on debut, and how crucial is that?
I tell you what, there'll be a hell of a lot more test matches. He is a real athlete, this bloke, isn't he? So an opportunity here for the Sharks to hit the front for the first time in the match.
Well, Grant, last week Paul Williams scored in the 41st minute for the Highlanders. Now the Highlanders are on their own sticks, having looked at a try, a gift try. That's just wrapped up in gift paper. How are they going to get out of this?
Here's the kick. Oh, he's missed it. So they don't take the lead. Highlanders still lead. Yeah, I think he's onside. It was just pure anticipation. So the kick down as far as Ndungani, and the winger held up. He'll be keen to keep him up off the ground here.
Hands off now. 5. Step back. Wait there.
There for the Sharks. Pienaar lobs it in behind. Claimed quickly by Newby. Off to Williams, who manages to batter his way through a couple of tackles. Moreland works blindside. Donnelly.
Hands off 2. Leave it.
Moreland again. Good charge by Newby again. Another strong game tonight from Craig Newby. They're lined up on the blindside again as Williams.
5 roll.
Good defence this time by the Sharks. They've conceded a couple of tries tonight. Now Newland. Big prop takes it down. There's the 22 looming. Tauaso, who's been fairly quiet out in the centres, getting himself involved. Now again they work the blindside through Wilson. Wide it goes to Williams in a bit of space. Tries to batter his way through. And Boys snaps it up. Good tackle by Ndungani. Now here's Hawani McDonald. Across to Newby. Tauaso again. As the Highlanders pour on the pressure out in front of the goalposts. And he gets a free kick, and there's big chase back here now for Vainikolo. He's on his own too. Now what's going on here?
Back chat. Just need a bit of back chat. He takes it to where the ball is.
Time off.
And he'll have a wee chat to Craig Newby.
The mark will be over there. Captain. Stay here, please. Every opportunity to pull out, chose to go into the player. Penalties here. Kick.
Not back chat. He's taken a man out.
Tackled after the hit.
Well, that's pretty harsh. We'll have to wait and see. He may well have it right, though.
Well, the Highlanders, Willie, had clawed their way back from their own goal line after 1 minute into the second half. They looked themselves at a 5-pointer, made the way back down into the 22, into that zone where they started to go. There's Pienaar's kick. So, what is that?
And he's penalised Matt Saunders for not getting out of the way of Pienaar, who actually kicked the ball while the chasers were well advanced in front of him.
Well, he's just standing there. Oh, I don't know. Well, nothing surprises me these days, Grant, to be honest.
It's a pretty petty sort of a call, that one. Pienaar then, pretty much from where he missed the conversion. Then he's going to miss the penalty as well. Well, that is justice, really, because that was a very poor call by the referee. This player here was not going to be involved in the play at all. Wilson from the 22. Pienaar. Wilson waiting for this. Again, up high goes James Wilson. This time they wait for him to hit the deck. And this time it's the Sharks. Free kick against them. Newby works it across. Oh, Vainikolo's lost it.
Advantage black.
And that could be an important miss by the winger, because it gives the ball back to the Sharks. Bismarck du Plessis now goes out into midfield. Michalak has to tidy up. Barrett looking to step into Ndungani.
Hands off, Blue. 6, hands off.
Stain, Michalak drops it onto the boot. Saunders standing inside the 22. He probably doesn't know that, but I think the referee made a call for him, and he's entitled to kick it out on the full.
Caught inside. Caught inside.
Sometimes the players are a bit unaware and they're a little uncertain. There's a long throw. That's not straight.
Too many bodies, guys. Two
Good
from
try,
each
though.
side. Line out has formed.
Get a job in the NFL.
Go again. We'll just step over. Wait. I want you to get them across. Move them all across. Guys, just give me extra space. Thank you.
to see throws. Now Pienaar across to Michalak. Stain. Tia Blanche straight across him into Ndungani though. Well, that's been lost by the Sharks, I think.
Hands off now.
He was going to blow the whistle and thought better of it. They've lost it this time, I think.
On the ground. Must release. Holding on. Take it behind.
Well, I'm not sure any of these free kicks tonight have been taken into scrums by the team, Stu. They've all been little taps. And, oh, they're going to change their mind.
Well, I think it's time to just steady the ship. He gets dumped. So, and of course, that's where the infringement was made. You know, you've been tackled. You've got to release the ball. The guy was on his feet.
What's he done?
Isn't it fantastic, Stu, that the backs are aware of it as well? It was James Wilson who actually came straight in and tried to attack the ball. The tackler holding on, and that's what forced the penalty. As we see the Beast getting a little bit of attention. And Stu, I just hope the Highlanders stay positive. They were rattled after that intercept try to Kankowski. They're playing the more positive rugby, and I think that if they can continue with that momentum, I think they can break the Sharks in the last 20.
Well, Freddie Michalak involved in plenty of play tonight, although Kankowski, in fact, we're looking at here. And what a player he is, this
He's a hell player, this boy. Physique. He's got strength, he's got speed, he's got good hands, he's got balance. He can, you know, he can step a man off both feet. Great future.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage. Use it.
Well, big scrum by the Sharks after the Highlanders had called the scrum. Now Moreland delivers to Wilson. Lining it up to Blanche.
9, stop.
Now Williams. And he decides to bring it outside the 22. Keen to keep the game going. Kankowski and Williams. And this time Kankowski getting driven back and a good tackle. Might struggle to free this. In fact, he was on his back. And the Highlanders done a good job on him.
Yeah, it was Clint Newland who made that tackle. Paul Williams put the pressure on, and Newland just came in and gave him a big bulldozer.
Now Vainicolo looking to smash his way. Got a nice pass away to Bancroft.
No.
Moreland now feeds off to Thompson. Newby lets it slip through his hands this time.
No advantage coming. Lost forward.
Well, the handling errors are creeping in.
Scrum on 5.
Highlanders 6 handling errors. But that pass should have been taken. It was just right in the breadbasket. You know, it was up around the chest height, which is where you want it. You know, so your eyes are just looking, probing in front, having a look at the ball. 6 2 handling errors. And when they have the ball, because the Highlanders have only run it, they're struggling at 46% of the ball. So when they do have the Haggett, they really want to keep hold of it.
Watch again.
Pienaar now to Michalak. Barrett. Oh, a lovely pass off to Stain. Now can he line up his supporter? Almost got away. Ndungani. And he'll be offside, Murray. He's offside. Clearly standing offside. Well, what a beautiful move by the Sharks.
Sweet move, Grant. That's a sweet move. Set move. Freddie Michalak involved. A wraparound, I think it was, and a very, very straight line by Francois Stain. Just hit that line, hit the gap beautifully.
Well, they're not taking their chances. They've missed vital kicks at goal, and now this. Look at this for a move.
Scrum, all right? So there's just, oh, that's just so good. You'd pay money to watch that, but this is where it broke down. You know, they got through the line, broke the first line of defence, and then she just got a little bit mullocky and opportunity gone begging.
Donnelly claims it. Now it's with Newby. Moreland's going to kick. Doesn't get a great deal of distance into the kick. And beautifully claimed. Here's Saunders driving
Last
on.
feed, Black.
Now it's swung away. Wilson gets it to midfield to Bancroft. Moreland's going to work it away to the left again.
5 roll.
Brunching in goes Hawani McDonald's. Ball pops out, and there was a hand in there. Oh, he gave it a straight arm penalty for a moment.
Must clear on the ground first. Tackler, not
Good
rolling.
reply by the Highlanders. Southern men made a steal. So the ball's just, yeah. No. Well, short arm penalty. They're going for a scrum. Probably find a lot more of this will happen in this second half, Grant, where fatigue, tiredness, just basically just ran out of juice, sets in, gives them a bit of a blow. The Highlanders scrum is always good. It's been good all year. And it just gives you a position in the middle of the field to go left or right.
Crouch. Touch.
Question the Sharks' defence.
Straight.
Eubank. Moreland. Bit of space. Now Moreland keeps going. Back to Vainikolo, who's tackled early. Tackled early by Stain, and this is a straight arm penalty. So the Highlanders will probe away, see if they can do something.
Advantage.
Now Moreland. Here's Wilson. Slips the pass, and it's still there out wide. Tauaso got his pass, so the advantage is over. Hawani McDonald fires it in fields.
Playing advantage, forward pass.
And it's a forward pass.
Wait there.
And they're going to get out of this one. The
Advantage is over.
Sharks. Kick goes downfield as far as Williams. Now, the little kick. Not a good one, though.
Nonsense kick.
Ndungani. Michalak stepping. Now got the pass off, knocked on by Bortis. Oh, I don't know about that advantage rule, Stu. It doesn't really encourage you to attack, does it? The moment you make a half break, the advantage is gone. You miss the penalty.
You know, it infuriates me because,
Subs for Black.
you know, the
Black,
score is
9 Black.
17-16. And, you know, the referee should say, look, the Highland boys would love a penalty, you know, so we can just keep nudging ahead. But that was a nonsense kick from Paul Williams, you know. And really, if this pass had been taken from Freddie Mitchell, you know, the Highlanders were in trouble.
Changes there, Nisbo. As you can see, Stephen Sykes coming off. He's been replaced by Albert Vanderberg. And Ruan Pina has been replaced by number 21, Rory Kokot.
Well, he's at a big game, this Clint Newland. You know, he made that huge tackle and scored a try in the first half. But look, this guy here, you know, he's definitely a finisher without any doubt. But wingers have got to learn, you know, they're not only there to score tries, the work off the ball is just as important. You know, cover defence, how enthusiastically do you chase kicks? Where are you on the defensive line? You know, your positional play. So there's no doubt about it. This boy can score tries. But this Super 14, which is his first campaign, he'll learn about getting yourself involved, not only with the ball, you've got to be just as enthusiastic when you don't have the ball, and it's basically your defence.
And Grant, maybe just a sign of respect to the Highlanders, bringing on Rory Kokot, a better kicking percentage.
Big scrum again from the Sharks. Comes back for Moreland. Wilson now. Oh, Bancroft had to... No, he didn't hang on in the finish. Or did he? No, he didn't.
There's another error, you know, and that makes it so hard. Handling errors 7-3, missed tackles 9-5, all going against the Highlanders. They've had more territory than the Sharks, but I tell you what, they've still got their noses in front, just by a little wee whisker.
Crouch.
Tell you what, Grant, these Sharkies know they're in for a game.
Yes, they sure do.
7-6.
Pocket drops it into the second row. Now Kinkowski. These scrum feeds are a bit of a joke, aren't they? Ball has been stolen, but from an offside position.
Tackle. Became a ruck. 6 now offside.
Adam Thompson offside.
Became a ruck. Clean
Now
out it
Francois Stain can kick from here.
You're offside. You must go to the back.
He's showing some interest too. He's sort of meandering towards the area.
Shot.
Well, I really enjoy a team that, you know, is here to win a game of rugby. But they do have a goal kicker that can kick a ball further than Grant, you and I go on holiday. And this is just over the halfway line.
Stu, you watching him in practice before the game. He didn't land one single goal, did he?
No, not from long range. He was all over the place. And this is very adventurous. But this kid, when he hits him in the sweet spot, they travel.
Given it plenty, and it is straight. What a kick. So Francois Steyn has put the Sharks in front.
That is just a sweet. He hit that. He wasn't hitting that ball like that in the warm-up before the game. 1 metre over the half, 51 metres, and he just absolutely nailed it. Plenty of room to spare. It just didn't get over the crossbar. It carried. Oh, dear.
So the kickoff is made. Taken by the skipper, Johan Muller. Sharks have the lead for the first time in the game. It's taken 57 minutes. Kickoff is made. Oh, that was a bit dangerous. Referee, though, has gone for the knock-on. Now Michalak, there's some space here. And he makes the kick. Wilson going back after this. And that's a big kick, too, by James Wilson. Fielded by Terblanche. A good kick as well, forcing Moreland to drill it for touch, and he finds it around about the halfway line.
Well, it shows the respect that the Sharks are holding the Highlanders up, and because Sharks have gathered about 36% of the territory. So when they're getting an opportunity around halfway to go for 3 points with a penalty, they're taking it because they know they're not spending enough time down on the Highlanders' half. And when you have a guy called Francois Steyn in your team that can actually bang one from halfway and do it easy, it's just, I love teams where they just gather points up. You know, the opportunity is to kick three. Man or two boy.
Yes, he is the man number 2 boy, Hayden Triggs. They're fighting fire with fire. The first change for the Highlanders. Triggs on for Hawaii McDonald, who's had an outstanding 57 minutes.
Time back on.
Duplessis throws. Albert van den Berg.
Inside.
Haven't seen much of this tonight from the Sharks.
Going backwards half.
Trapped in the back here by Jacques Bortus.
One move. Same more.
There it is. Now Duplessis. Sharks haven't really tried to bust the Highlanders up the centre yet in this game.
Playing advantage. Penalty advantage.
Penalty advantage.
Well, they'll have another go here. Just a little bit. Ian Smith taking in the slips.
Referee
trip,
took a bit of a tumble, but he's come out of it with dignity, or some of it.
Side entry. Thank you.
Yes, but
unfortunately, the replay's not going to help him much on it.
It's definitely a short trip, no postcard. Yeah, he's coming from the wrong side.
Oops. So it's going to be another shot at goal by Francois Steyn, and Toby Moreland off Willie.
Yes, he is for Jimmy Cowan, bringing on the experience of Cowan in his 51st Super 14 match. And stand by, Nisbo, there's going to be plenty of changes as well for the Sharks.
Steyn's kick, and he's hooked it well to the left this time. And it looks like AJ Fenter is about to join the fray.
He is the most capped South African super player, making entrance number 110. He's on for Keegan Daniels. And also number 18,
And blue.
Dion Carsten's on for
And
the
blue
Beast.
3.
Well, Willie, there's a couple of fairly handy replacements, both, you know, big-time Springbok players.
Way there, making subs for blue as well.
Heck, handy bench.
Time's back on.
Coaches have made a few changes in that little break, and we're underway again. 19 points to 17. Big drop kick coming up, but this time he hasn't got the distance. And Williams shadows it back.
Well, they're just trying to gather the points in as best as they can. As I've said before, they're not spending enough time physically down
Right,
inside the 22 of the
get on with it.
Highlanders. They're losing the territorial battle, the Sharks, by 62 points to 38. That's the territorial percentages. So they're struggling a bit to find the way down into the attacking zone. So they're taking drop goals and they're having every chance with the boot and penalties.
Oh, a big collision, but Vandenberg hangs on. Now Michalak rips it across to Barrett, but the Highlanders defence up very quickly indeed. Now AJ Fenter. What a man to be able to bring on at this stage. Cock at the halfback.
Forward advantage.
Ball lost forward. Chance for a counter-attack here from the Highlanders.
Advantage over.
Newby. Bancroft leaves it behind. Cowan. So Asso. Not finding it quite as easy to get through this defence as they were early in the game. Oh, this time it's Thompson who misses it. So the skill's just starting to desert the Highlanders a wee bit as we come into the final quarter of this game.
Slow ball coming. No advantage. Scrum black.
No, you're going to make it hard way, Highlanders, if you can't hold those passes. There's not a lot of pressure on you at the pass time. It's just eyes on the ball. Do the first thing first. Get the ball in your mitts and then have a look. See, that's a pass that should have been taken. I mean, it was there. Perhaps a little bit on the shoulder. Should have been in the front of him.
In Adam Thompson's defence, Stu, I thought it was a pretty reckless pass. It was way too high and he'd overrun it as well. But at this stage of the game, this is where you need the big-time players. Hence the reason Jimmy Cowan's on the field. And I wouldn't mind seeing Paul Williams coming up and actually getting the ball at first receiver. We know how dangerous he is and he's able to get over the advantage line. It's players like Williams, Tauso and Vanakola who become crucial in the last 19 minutes.
I think that try by Ryan Kankowski, in the opening seconds of the starting of the second half was the killer. The intercept from the line out.
Thank you.
And the Highlanders have yet to post a point in this second half.
Here it is again. And it was all about anticipation. Moreland didn't expect him to be there.
He just gobbled it up like a lolly.
Now here is Kankowski, chased and taken, and a good tackle by Cowan. Now Cockett for Michalak. Stain, nice pass to Terblanche. Here's Ndungani. The chase is on. Now Ndungani leading the chase, and across came Matt Saunders. And we've got a call here.
Just time off, guys. I didn't actually see who got to it.
No, I didn't. It just took to the intentional.
Okay.
It's in goal.
Thanks, buddy. Shane, can you hear me?
Yes, buddy.
Hey, can you tell me what happened in goal? Who's played the ball, attempting to ground it?
Oh, nice to see an Australian referee going upstairs for some advice.
Thanks.
So Shane McDermott here. Now here's well, nobody obviously grounded it.
Well, there's no try. It's in goal. You can hit it if you like.
Smithy,
Out.
Shane here. The blue player has put the ball dead. He was in goal too when he put it dead.
Okay. Is it an intentional act to put it dead?
No, they were both attempting to go for the ball.
Okay. So the ball's in goal. It's come off blue. We'll go for a 22. Yes?
So what he was worried about there was wasn't it intended by Saunders to back the ball away? And if that is true, then
This is a very good kick, Grant.
Yeah,
you know,
isn't it?
he's at speed. It's the chip and chase. It was a great kick. but the cover defence, the scrambling defence, just beat him. Clever kick. So what happens if he would have headed the ball out? Would that have been deliberate? No.
Well, there's no way in the world that the TMO could have ruled that that was deliberate in any way. So the restart is made. Ndungani, who has gone within an ace of scoring that try. Now Stain runs it into heavy traffic. Back to Ndungani. Support there from Fenta. Now Cockett having a bit of a run. Almost an intercept. Gee whiz. They wouldn't have stopped him either. No. He's very, very fast.
Not the sevens for Adam Thompson. Dear. Oh, dear. He pounced. Roy Cockett. And that was a danger pass. Oh, dear. Opportunities. That's all the game is about. If you create or you're lucky to get an opportunity to score, and good teams nail them. Teams that languish in the bottom sometimes don't take it.
Now Kankowski off to Cockett. Back on the inside to Stain. This time they do shut him down, but he's made some telling breaks in this game tonight. And now this is a free kick. Not a free kick. This is a penalty.
Well,
must move off the ball. Make an effort to
so Francois Stain is going to have a long-range shot at goal. Opportunity to go to sideline to Willie Losane.
McDonald, Wani, what needs to happen for the guys to get up in the last 17 minutes?
Well, I think we really just need to play for a bit of field position and then just kind of keep batting away at their line and smack our first up tackles. I think if we can just keep doing that, at the moment we're trying to play a bit too much footy in our own half. So as long as we get down there and just put a bit of pressure on them, hopefully get some penalties, kick them over. What
was the problem with the lineouts? Did you sort that out?
Yeah, it was just a few throwing errors that we just have to sort out. I don't know, it's just one of those nights, mate.
All right, mate. Thanks for your time.
Arnie McDonald sideline there. Another good effort from him tonight after he left the field with would look like quite a severe injury last week. Now here's Stain. He's in pretty much the same position as last time. So distance shouldn't be an issue. It's the accuracy that's in question, and he's off the posts. They've got to run it down now somehow as it goes to Boys. Off to Wilson. Oh, he got hit late. That's ridiculous. That is so stupid. And I think Bismarck du Plessis would be the first to concede that that was idiotic.
And I've seen him go after the kick, late tackle, hit him.
This could be a card.
Fine. Okay. Late tackle after the kick. Can you make the mark where the ball has landed? Thank you. It's a full arm penalty. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Well, you see, that is definitely a penalty. Now, you compare that with what Matt Saunders did. You know, sometimes I just shake my head, but then this is just a wonderful game, isn't it? It confuses me every weekend. You know, I think I get something right, and then the next weekend that's wrong, and this is right. And I'm thinking, oh, well, I'll just watch.
Nisbo during the break as well. Adrian Jacobs in 22. He's replaced Bradley Barrett, standing at second five for the Sharks.
Righto, Willie, can't be winning left on the Sharks bench. Cowan kicks.
That's the kick.
Ndungani waits. Wainakolo's coming smartly and gets him. Now Cockett drops the kick away downfield. Williams chasing back. This has gone inside the 22, so he should be all right, except the Sharks have got up very well. Williams not happy to hand it to du Plessis. I think he knew who the bloke was who did the late tackle.
Yeah, probably just a little bit too casual there. 30-odd minutes to go. 3-point diff. Sharks have not spent a lot of time down and around this 22 area of the Highlanders.
Du Plessis throws. Nice throw straight to Muller. Bortus not going to shift this too far because there are players on the ground, although Donnelly has to get going.
Round onside. Easy. inside.
Oh, this is good stuff from the Sharks.
Nicely controlled.
Advantage, collapsing.
He's got the Highlanders for collapsing.
Penalty advantage.
Sharks have another go through the middle, but they'll get the penalty instead.
Collapsing him off.
Another one. Good set, boys, good set.
You see now when they bring out Dion Carstens and AJ Fenter and cleaning the bench out, the Sharks are quite prepared to slow that down, and they will probably proceed with this bang and bash, put pressure on the Highlanders, because they haven't spent a lot of time down here. They'll go for the line out, they'll go for the scrums, they'll go for a rolling maul. They'll frustrate the Highlanders, and that's exactly what they're doing, to the extent where the Highlanders are now starting to infringe, giving penalties away.
All the way down, Blake.
David Hall on for Jason McDonald.
Back off.
Highlanders let them have it.
16.
Well, it's untidy, it's been lost.
Lost forward.
We told you. Okay, it's fine.
Came down, ball's open.
Albert Vandenberg and all the replacements out there. AJ Fenter, Dion Carstens. Just lost it.
Stand up. Crouch.
There'll be real pressure on this Highlander scrum. We'll put the rent on it.
Ball's clear.
Off the back goes Newby. Did pretty well, the Highlanders.
Yeah, scrum was going backwards.
Cowan kicks. And it's partially charged. Fielded by Ngani.
Don't join from the side. Don't join from the side.
Well, they'll struggle to get this one out. And that's got to be Highlanders' ball.
Unplayable.
Sharks didn't have enough players there. That was the bottom line.
Easy. Just up and away, guys. Up slowly, everyone. Marks on the 22 or inside. Away you go. Don't step over it.
10 minutes remaining. It's a free kick, so if this goes into touch, they won't get it back. And it doesn't go into touch, so here's to Blanche. Oh, two Highlanders players both going for it. In the end, it was Thompson who came up with it. Right back to their own 22 with Jimmy Cowan. Now Wilson keeps it low. AJ Fenter gets back. Now Michalak. Whips across to Ndungani. Now Murray looking to close him down. Bortis is there like a good loose forward and charges past a few others, and now it's with Fenter.
Highlanders boy on the straight onto the ground. Good play by the Sharks.
Away goes Cockett. Now to Blanche. Almost another intercept, boy, oh boy. That would have been all over as well.
Oh, he snatched at it. It was just sitting there. Oh, I tell you, there's a bit of backbone to these Sharks. They're a very good outfit. They worked the way all the way back from their own 22. But that wayward pass would have been the damage.
And the problem for the Highlanders, Stu, if they were to get a penalty or if they would actually get some territory firstly in the Sharks half, well, that brings James Wilson into the equation, and they've really played the last 15 or so minutes in their own territory, putting even more pressure on themselves to not give away those crucial three-pointers.
Well, the Sharks are continuing their woes with goal kicking. They've missed 5 tonight. And I'll even include an attempted drop goal by Francois Steyn. So they still have kicking ways. They used 3 kickers at the Cape Town against the Canes last weekend.
Crouch.
Not a great success either.
Pause.
3 out of 7, Wellington.
Good solid scrum this time. Cockett to Michalak. And it breaks down again in midfield. And the Highlanders looking for some sort of advantage out of this, and they won't get any.
Under pressure. Lost forward. Scrum blue.
Another intricate move in the back line, but this time not working.
Yes, they like to put the guy into a hole with a very flat pass. This one here, that's that pass. The gap wasn't quite there, but it needed to be taken.
There's your middle.
Now, the Highlanders scrum have been a little bit under pressure the last 2 or 3.
Balls away. Balls away.
The Sharks have got all their major grunts out there at the moment with all a huge amount of experience. They need a steady scrum. And Jimmy Cowan's got to try and find James Wilson, who's standing on the right-hand side of that scrum. It's a little bit better. No, it's still under pressure.
Oh, yeah, it was untidy, all right. Cockett off the fender. He's dropped it.
Interesting change coming up here, fellas. On in jersey 21 for the Highlanders, Daniel Bowden, and he's replacing Aaron Bancroft, and maybe that's going to alleviate that problem there, Nisbo, having 2 specialist first fives on the field.
So there he is, Daniel Bowden.
Okay, guys, here's the middle. Straight, please.
Certainly gives them another kicking option.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage. No.
Cockett coming through. Newby taken by Bortus. Cowan's kick charge by Van der Berg, and it's a 22.
Put in by Black.
Fairly casual by the Highlanders there as they went back, hoping it would go over the line. Now Wilson just waiting here. Michalak comes through and very close to getting a hand on that.
Look after your chasers.
Five and a half minutes left at Carisbrook. Sharks by 2. Undungani off to Fenter, running away from his support.
Hands off 19.
Jacobs back to Stain. He really does get involved. Close to the rucks and the mauls.
Play it. Ball down 9. Holding on.
So free kick to the Highlanders. Taken by Cowan. Off he goes. Ploughing on goes Keith
Hands
Cameron.
off Black.
Yeah, that one's kicked away. Referee's playing a straight arm advantage here, I think.
Yes.
Highlanders.
Still a penalty advantage.
It's a penalty advantage.
I think the Highlanders would want the penalty.
No, you want to drop it, wouldn't you? Just drop it. Drop kick at goal anyway. And it's not over, so now they get a penalty shot at goal.
Yeah, that's what they wanted early in the second half too. He didn't play that advantage too long. Probably realised that it's a tight game, it's a tight finish.
It's a tough kick.
What would you like?
Tell you what, he hit this pretty well. Hit that sweep. It was just to the right of the upright, had plenty of distance. Certainly had the travel distance.
Now the Sharks turn to be a bit nervous as James Wilson endeavours to give the Highlanders the lead back. Boy, the Sharks have had their opportunities.
While the kick's been taken, Nisbo, on comes Isaac Ross in jersey 18, replacing Tom Donnelly, who really did stand up tonight.
Pressure kick for James Wilson, about 40 metres out. And just fading. So it misses.
22.
Well, he's caught the disease of the Sharkies. They've missed a few in this second 40.
Look after the chasers, yeah?
Sharks 3 from 8. James Wilson, 3 from 5.
Stain, a wobbly kick. Ross, did he knock it on? Yes, he did.
Oh, and you see, you know, they're climbing now. They're into a dozen. It's the dozen handling errors the Highlanders have had, and that's just, oh dear.
That's a real break for the Sharks. That was an awful kick by Stain.
Just a little bit of pressure, just eased off there.
Minkowski off the back. Michelak, good hands. Wide to Ter Blanche. Looking for Ndungani.
No, 10.
Ball there for Rory Cockett. Now Michelak. Waiting back for this one is Williams. And away they go from inside their own 22. Williams running away from his support, but running well. Now Thompson fires it wide to Vainikolo. Ball turned over, and hello, no, free kick. Obviously hands in there.
Off the feet.
Well, I mean, they're going to be lots of hands in the ruck from the Sharkies when they're in the Highlanders half, because they know it's only going to be a short arm free kick. And the likelihood of the Highlanders banging one from about sort of 60 to 70 metres is just not on. Oh. So the Highlanders have said to the Sharkies, let's have a scrum.
Here we are.
Put all the boys in, the big fat boys in the middle of the track and see what we can do with the backs. This is a good little break by Paul Williams. So it's okay, let's have a go. Just
Stay up.
and there's Vainikolo.
Well, it's an interesting change here, fellas. Daniel Bowden wasn't 100% in the tackle, and so he has been replaced by Mike Delaney for the last 3 minutes.
We're going on now, thank you.
Let's go.
Mark's in the middle. Blocks.
Let's go.
Crouch.
He's only on the field for a few minutes, Daniel Bowden.
Pause. Ingos. No. Bad hit. Poor hit. Poor hit, guys. Poor hit. Let's go again, please.
3 minutes remaining here at Carisbrook. There's never been much in this game. The biggest lead was a 14-3 advantage for the Highlanders in the first half.
Pause. And go.
And touch and go. Highlanders haven't scored in the second spell.
Good scrum.
Oh, just got it away. Now, Cowan sends it off. Tauaso. Ter Blanche in good position, though. Always put it out on the full. So a little bit of panic. And no doubt the Highlanders will be working themselves into a drop-kicking position.
I mean, if they get a nice clean line out, they can set a target into the midfield. James Wilson can sit very, very deep into the pocket and have a crack.
Biggest record I've heard of Carisbrook all season, but it's been badly thrown again. And Michelak, he's kicked it out on the full as well. So they get another chance.
Oh, it's a comedy of error. Firstly, just an appalling throw in from the line out. And Freddie Michelak, all he had to do was just bang it downtown, keep it in touch, and get away with it. That's overcooked, that one. And this is the second error. Never saw it.
Here's a change. Nisbo, number 16, Craig Burden, has gone to the left wing or the right wing. He's replaced Ndungani. Of course, he's down here as the replacement hooker.
Okay, here come the Highlanders. Trying to hold the ball up.
7 hands off.
Sharks will have to be careful not to give away a penalty as well. Probably too far away for a drop kick at this stage. They've got to work it up at least another 15 metres.
8 hands off.
It's good play, and presenting the ball well on the tackle. It's just a matter of being patient here. Don't panic.
Hands off.
Plenty of time on the clock. Oh, this is 79 minutes. Oh, he's
There
going to go.
they go. Drop kick. Oh, he had to rush it.
6. Stop. Play on.
Hasn't gone out yet. And Ter Blanche again scrambles it. And it's in touch. Well, they've got another chance now, the Highlanders. If they just take it easy, win a line out. Well, line out his form. So one last chance to get it right. Last act of the game.
Step in. Lost forward advantage.
Oh, it's been lost. So the Sharks should be able to tidy this up, and they'll put it into the touches just as quickly as they can. They do, and Rory Cockett puts it across the touchline. The game is over, and the Sharks have somehow got out of this one, 19 points to 17.
Well, the Highlanders had a royal opportunity after the first 40 to put this one away, but they were unable to record a point in the second 40 minutes. A missed penalty and a very panicky attempted drop goal by James Wilson in the last minute to try and snare the win. It was the captain of the Sharks that brought his team into this game. The 41st minute, the first minute after the half-time whistle, and Ryan Kankowski scored an intercept try, and really Grant, the Highlanders just couldn't get back into this game.
Those were the only points scored in the second half. The converted try by Kankowski just after the half-time break, and numerous penalty attempts by the Sharks went west. James Wilson had a chance, just missed out, and in the finish the Sharks get the victory, 19-17. Let's hear from Craig Newby, captain of the Highlanders.
Craig, obviously you're disappointed. I suppose it started the worst possible way in the second half with the try to the Sharks, number 8.
Yeah, disappointing, but it didn't really faze us because it's just one of those things, you know, like lucky try, we one good ball and then intercept, you know, but yeah, we finished well and we'd set up for that all year. We trained it. We knew if we could get 3 points there, we'd sneak the win, so it just didn't happen.
Even though they came back, you still tried to work your way back into the game for territory to try and get that penalty?
Yeah, we did. We had a couple of shots. We had a shot at penalty. We had 2 shots at drop goal. You know, next week we might get those and win a close one.
You must be pleased with the way that the guys stood up. I mean, this is the second best team in this competition.
Yeah, they are, and we're not that far off the pace. It's our 5th close loss, and it does hurt after last week's high.
All right, well, safe trip to the Republic.
Thanks, Willie. Cheers.
Yes, they gave it plenty tonight, the Highlanders, but that really has been the story of their season. They took 5 bonus points out of the first 5 matches they played, and they just haven't quite been able to nail it. Okay, let's hear from the Sharks captain, Johan Muller, with Willie.
Johan, was that your get-out-of-jail card?
I think we had that one last week. No, you know, I thought we dominated the whole game. The last 10 minutes we went to sleep, you know, really let them back into the game. And, yeah, you know, I just hats off to my guys for sticking out with the fence at the end there.
Was it a mental thing coming in playing against a side that's 12th on the table at the moment?
No, I don't think so. You know, I think they've got a lot of confidence after last week, you know, their first win. You know, it's always difficult to come to Carisbrooke and play decent rugby. You know, it's a fantastic stadium. It's great to play rugby here. And, you know, even though we didn't play well, we're really happy with the 4 points we got tonight.
So tell us a little bit about this number 8, Kankowski, that try that he scored in the 41st minute.
No, he's a brilliant player. You know, he's a sevens player. You know, he played for the Box in sevens. You know, we all know how fantastic he is. He's got lots of pace, and you know, hats off to him. You know, I thought he played exceptionally well tonight.
It was a slow start by your team. Perhaps too much enjoyment in Queenstown.
Probably a little bit of rustiness. You know, we're not used to playing in decent weather for a change. You know, so. But you know, like I said, I think you know the middle period of the game we really dominated, and the boys played well. You know, it's just time that we put a 80-minute performance together.
Thanks for your time. Good luck against the Brumbies next week.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Yes, a close fought game indeed, and a very good performance. Well, firstly by the Highlanders, but the Sharks, even though acknowledging they didn't play that well, they still got the points here tonight, 4 of them anyway, and the Highlanders picked up yet another bonus point. Final score, Carisbrooke